those first images got you kind of curious, right? It's like, what the hell is that about? This is my theory, my thoughts, ideas, whatever you guys want to call it, on the next few Straw Hats that's going to end up getting Conqueror's Haki or showcasing Conqueror's Haki. Let me explain. All right. We start off with, I'm going in order, one, two, three, and whatever like that. First, we're going to go over Luffy, right? We know Luffy has Conqueror's Haki. He's going to be the king of the pirates, all that good stuff. Our MC, our main character, and things like that, right? Haka Romans around alluding, calling Luffy Fudomio, right? Which is like a Buddhist god and things like that. And also, too, we all know that Luffy's based off of Journey to the West, Son Goku, right? So I'm thinking this. By the time Luffy masters his Conqueror's Haki techniques, I feel he's going to end up being like a smaller version of Gear 4. So it's going to be like Gear 4, like Haki up his arms, legs, things like that. But he's going to have the Conqueror Haki armor covering him like he did in Chapter 1010 or 1010, right? Now, we just got evidence, right, that Zoro has Conqueror's Haki. And this is going, I'm going to explain Zoro's case, and it's going to lead to the rest of my theory, right? So we know Zoro has Conqueror's Haki because when he did his Ashura technique versus Kaido turned around and says, you have Conqueror's Haki too. Well, this is a fan translation, but I'm going to take it as it's somewhat canon, somewhat close to from the original Japanese. So if Zoro has Conqueror's Haki because Ashura was a manifestation of his will, right? And we know Conqueror's Haki is your will. So who's another Straw Hat because of their will they summon something, or like their will is physical, we actually can see it. That's gonna lead to our third Straw Hat, Mr. Prince, the Hunter, aka Sanji Vinsmoke. And the reason why I say Sanji's gonna be the next Straw Hat to get Conqueror's Haki, obviously because he's like the third when it comes to like the Straw Hats and stuff like that. But think back to him doing Diablo Jambe, right? Think about him doing Hell's Memories. See, when he first started with Diablo Jambe, it was more about friction. Him spinning, his foot catching on fire, and then adding pretty much more firepower, no pun intended, to his kicks. But then as in recent, chapters, and even if you're anime-only episodes of the anime, he's able to just summon the fire. And Oda said pretty much in one of his SBSs that it's just the spark of his spirit. Like that's just like the passion of his spirit, right? If spirit, Haki, all pretty much mean the same thing. Well, if Zoro's manifestation technique, Ashura, is considered his Conqueror's Haki, right? Why not Sanji's? So I'm thinking this, right? Since Oda liked to use historical figures, he liked to use different mythology and things like that in to One Piece, right? So we have Luffy, who's based off of Son Goku / Fudomio, right? And then we have Zoro, who's based off of Ashura. Who would I leave for Sanji? Lucifer, the devil. This is why when Sanji does Hell Memories, you see his hair spikes up, he has horns and things like that. I think Sanji's going to be the next Straw Hat to get Conqueror's Haki, but it's going to be based off of Lucifer. But unlike Zoro's, how his Conqueror's Haki is more based off of offensive, like, how Zoro is able to summon more arms, more swords and things like that, which is even more offensive power. Like Sanji's Conqueror's Haki is obviously going to give him more firepower boost, but I think it's also what's going to do for him his observation, because right now we haven't seen how far Sanji's observation Haki limit, how far can it go. But with the whole thing of him saying that he can sense the cries of a woman, that to me is very specific and very detailed. Like how back on Dressrosa, Usopp was able to see the spirits of like sugar and stuff like that, like with his observation Haki when he was trying to snipe her. I really do think when Sanji unlocked this devil version of himself, Lucifer, it's going to give him a fire boost, so this way he's going to be able to emanate fire over his whole body. That's one. It's also going to give him a great boost to his armor Haki. The next Straw Hat, who I think is going to get Conqueror's Haki, who do you think is going to be the next Straw Hat? Well, if you saw in the images in the beginning, you already know who I think is going to be. I think it's going to end up being Nami or Usopp. I'm leaning more towards Usopp because with Elbaf being pretty much based off of like Norse mythology and things like that, I still feel that Usopp is going to end up getting Mjolnir the hammer, which is Thor's hammer. If you guys didn't know that, and I think when he gets that hammer, that's gonna be his boost. He's gonna get him getting Conqueror's Haki that way. I still feel that it would be a great addition to. Sorry about the
My
sirens.
bad, guys. About that, like the sirens and all that was just crazy. So I'm like, you know what? It was like my second or third time
Anyway,
recording. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna continue this
because I think this is like a third time already, and I'm like, forget it. But anyway, I think he's gonna end up getting Mjolnir as a power up, because if you know anything about like snipers and anything like that, they always carry like a small sidearm. I still feel that Usopp's gonna get a small sidearm, because sniping is cool for obviously long range and things like that. But what he's gonna do about the enemies that's up close? Usopp always had, you know, the gag, 10-ton, 100-ton hammer. But what would happen if he actually had a hammer that could reach these, you know, sizes? And you're thinking, but Usopp's a regular person. He's not that strong to pick up that. I think when he ends up going to Elbaf, I feel Oda is going to end up mixing the legend of like King Arthur and Thor together. Somehow, I feel Usopp, being clumsy that he is, he's going to fall into the hammer that's been like resting in a certain spot or place, whatever, and pretty much there's gonna be like a legend in Elbaf that whoever moves his hammer shall, you know, receive the, you know, Thor's hammer and stuff like that. And Usopp, I can see him like falling over the hammer, and the hammer just tilting, and everybody's gonna make this stupid face. Like, wait a minute, he moved the hammer, and they're gonna give the hammer to Usopp. But I feel how the hammer is going, because you're thinking, how can a hammer that could be wielded by the giants, Usopp could wield? I feel that the hammer, because of Usopp's size compared to the giants, is gonna be able to shrink. So he's gonna be able to have it to where it's gonna look like a small regular hammer that he can just put like in his bag and carry to the side. And then when he pulls it out, he needs to, he could actually will it to get to different large sizes. So imagine if he had like a regular hand hammer, and he's supposed to be fighting against somebody like a I almost said Katakuri, but everybody got mad when I said that. Let's say he's trying to fight like let's say like Oven, right? If he hit Oven head with a regular hammer, Oven would probably be more annoyed. But I think when Usopp's about to hit Oven head, he pulls the hammer back. The hammer will probably grow to like some crazy size, like maybe like a 20-foot hammer. And you know, and when he actually comes down, it's actually gonna come down with the weight of like 10 tons, 100 tons of whatever gag or the one used at that moment. So that's what I think is going to be how always going to introduce Usopp's power up and his Conqueror's Haki. So Nami, I'm not too concrete. Like my ideas is not too concrete on Nami. I feel she's gonna end up being like a weather witch, which, you know, because right now we see that Big Mom and Prometheus is talking, and it seemed like she's gonna abandon Zeus. So if she obviously acquires Zeus, and that's gonna be her power up, and Nami already has the ability to pretty much sense like with different storms and weather and things like that patterns. I think because she's so much predicting, but also maybe manifesting the storms, I think that's gonna be like Nami's thing. I think Nami's gonna be like a weather witch. I'm trying to think of like maybe like a god or goddess that's like a god storm that kind of like fits with Nami. The only person I could really think of was like Weather Witch from DC and Storm from Marvel. But like that's pretty much like the ideas I have for this video. I apologize for the silence and things like that. But like I said, I don't feel like recording is over. But guys, let me guys know what you think about the about the comments. Jesus, about the theory. Like, subscribe. Like I always say, let's have a conversation. It's a Star Marvel 718. I'm out, y'all.